Hello YouTubes. I recently announced I was going to rip up my entire layout and start again, and when I said I was going to use Code 83 track, people lost their minds. So I thought I'd better look into it. Apparently trains just fall off Code 83, so before I make a massive mistake, I've already bought quite a lot of Code 83, I thought I'd better look into it a bit closer, find out if there's any truth to this or if it's all just myth. So what is Code 83 and why do we care? Okay, Code 83 is basically the height of the metal part of the rail from the sleeper or railway tie to the top of the rail. Code 83 is, I think it's 83 thousandths of an inch. Code 100 is 100 thousandths of an inch. Does that make sense? So Code 100 is got a bigger distance from the sleeper to the top of the rail. And why is that important? Well, older trains have got big, deep flanges. The flange is the inner part of the wheels which stick down, basically stop the train from falling off. So it's not really a height thing that's the problem, it's a depth. If your flange is too big, it's going to run along your sleepers. Not necessarily true, as I found out. I've done some experimentation. I have prepared an assortment of various styles. We have got a very common 4-axle diesel type loco, that happens to be an Athearn. We've got this one here, which is a Proto 2000 6-axle PA1. Multi-wheel steam train with lots of wheels wobbling all over the place. British Hornby, big flange job. We have an older Tyco style, bigger flange job. And of course we have Thomas the Tank Engine and Flangus Giganticus. This one falls off even my current track. So I'm going to be trying them all on a little bit of test track, 22-inch radius, Atlas, Code 83, flex track. But first, let's take a closer look at the track itself. The track I'm currently using is a mixture. It's all Code 100, but that's Bachmann, I think that's Atlas, Code 100. And this is a section of Atlas Code 83. And these are the flanges that cause all the trouble. You see how deep that is? This section of the wheel sits on top of the track. This section here goes down between the tracks. And this is what hits off the bottom of the track. Or does it? So this is Bachmann Code 100 track, and this is Thomas the Tank Engine that's going to help us with the explanation. Thomas will normally sit in there, and those flanges that we spoke about earlier prevent them from falling off left or right. If the flanges were too big, they would dip down below this level and they would hit not the sleepers, but the sleeper plates. So it's not the sleepers that are the problem, it's these things here that are the problem. If they're too high, they're going to hit those flanges. Let's move on to the Atlas 83. This is Atlas Code 83 track, and as you can probably see, the rails are much thinner. But check that. The sleeper plates are tiny compared to those monsters in there. Instead of like, what is that, about 1.5 millimeters coming up towards the top of the rail, you have maybe less than 1 millimeter coming up. So I'm actually wondering if this more modern Atlas Code 83 does the same job of keeping the trains on the track as a Code 100. Let's move on to the practical side of this experiment. For this experiment, I have laid some Atlas Code 83 flex track and solid bends, or solid curved sections. I'm going to start with the Athearn and progress on to the more tricky stuff. No problem there, wasn't expecting a problem there. Next up, we've got our big 6-axle PA1 Proto 2000. And these like to fall off even regular track on bends, but hopefully with the 22-inch radius, it should be fine. No problem there, nice and quiet. What we don't want is tick, 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 tick as it goes along the track, because that will be a sign of the flanges hitting the sleeper plates, right? So this one has got slightly deeper flanges, but still nothing like the European stuff. Oh, so many wheels. Right, we're on. Whoops, I hit that one. Nothing to do with the track. No problem there. This is where it could get tricky. The Hornbys do have much bigger flanges. And to be fair, I even have problems getting this around my Code 100, my current track. So let's see what happens. No problem at all for Hornby, so that's good news because I do like running these. Next up we've got this Tyco, slightly bigger flanges again. No problem at all. Start to wonder what all the fuss is about. Right, Thomas, are you going to be the one that lets us down? Oh, big flanges. Nothing to report. And finally, Flanges Giganticus. This has got the biggest flanges. This struggles to even get round my Code 100. So if it makes it round here, bonus. Just for reference, here's what happens when I run this around my current track. This one has a bad case of flangivitis. Tell you what, let's hook up a set of switches, turnout points, whatever. The Code 83 turnout onto that track, see if it makes it across. So I've added a Code 83 left-hand turnout, set to go straight ahead, and added a bit of flex track in the end. Not tried this, I hope it works. Do me proud, little Great Western. Go. And go. Oh, he's not the best runner. He doesn't get run because he falls off my current track. You know what, it would probably help if I put it on the right track. You know, that one over there. Idiot. Right, go. Obviously not got a very good connection there. It's just not a very good loco, I'm afraid. Oh, he nearly fell off. I'm not even hearing it going over those points. Let's use a loco that actually runs. And I know this one runs well and it's got big flanges. So if this one makes it over, that is going to make things very interesting. Right, power. Oh, my power's falling out. Good. You go in there. Wow, didn't even hear it. Once more for luck. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case. I tried big flanges, I tried curves, I tried a set of points, no issue at all. What am I missing? Is it possible that people who have experienced bad experiences with Code 83 were maybe using older tech track that had bigger sleeper plates? Seriously, what am I missing? Because this looks perfect. It's nickel silver track, so it's going to conduct electricity better, looks nicer. Seriously, leave a comment because you had me worried there for a minute, but so far I'm full steam ahead. Talking of which, this will be Sunday morning, tonight, final running session live stream. Make sure you're there. Choose whatever loco you want because it might not be running for a week or two. Sad. Anyway, I hope that cleared things up a bit. And again, if it didn't, I don't know what else I can do. Bye for now.